English fluency isn't just for the extroverts who love to talk.
We're pushing past the fear of awkward silences by using minimalist social scripts that respect your energy levels.
Watch as we turn simple, real-world encounters into powerful building blocks for your social courage.
And long-term speaking confidence. Let's go.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. I'm Alex.
And I'm Lisa, and you are watching Say It With Us, Fluent English Podcast.
Yes, the channel where we make English learning feel natural, fun, and totally stress-free.
Now, before we jump in, if you are new here, welcome. We are so happy you found us. This channel is your safe space to learn real, everyday English.
And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back, friend. We missed you.
Okay, Alex, let's talk about today's topic, because I am genuinely excited about this one.
Me too. Today's video is especially for our introverted learners. You know who you are. You love learning English, you study hard, you understand a lot, but when it's time to actually speak, something happens.
Your heart beats faster. Your mind goes blank. You suddenly forget every word you ever learned.
Yes, that feeling. We know it. And today, we are going to fix it. Together.
We're going to show you that you don't need to be loud or outgoing to become fluent. You just need the right strategy.
Small steps, real situations, low pressure. That's our approach today.
And by the end of this video, you'll have real scripts, real phrases that you can use in everyday life without feeling scared or overwhelmed.
So before we start, please do us a small favor. Hit that like button right now. It takes 1 second and it helps our channel so much.
And if you haven't subscribed yet, please click that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss a new video from us.
Okay, are you ready? Let's build your speaking confidence one small, beautiful step at a time.
Okay, Alex, let's start with something really important, something that most English courses never talk about.
Ooh, I love when we get into the real stuff. What is it?
The reason why many introverts struggle with speaking English isn't just vocabulary or grammar. It's the feeling of being watched, of being judged, of performing.
Yes, and most traditional language learning advice says things like immerse yourself, go talk to strangers, join speaking clubs, find a native speaker, and just talk.
And for extroverts, maybe that works great. But for introverts, that kind of advice feels terrifying.
Absolutely terrifying, like jumping into the deep end of the ocean before you can even swim.
So today, we're reframing everything. We are changing how you think about speaking practice.
I love the word reframe. Let's explain it. To reframe something means to look at it in a new way, to change your perspective.
Exactly. So here's our first big idea today.
Public spaces are not performance stages. They are low-pressure laboratories.
Say that again, Alex, slowly, because that idea is important.
Public spaces, like grocery stores, coffee shops, pharmacies, these are not stages where people are watching you perform. They are laboratories, places where you can experiment quietly, safely, and without pressure.
Think about it. When you go to a grocery store, does anyone expect you to give a speech?
Of course not.
Does anyone care if your sentence is perfect?
Nobody.
The staff member you talk to, they just want to help you find what you need and get back to their work. That's it.
And that is great news for introverts, because it means the stakes are low. There's no audience, there's no test, it's just two people exchanging a few words.
And those few words, they are your practice. They are your building blocks. Every small conversation is a small win.
And small wins add up. Every day, collect a few small wins, and over weeks and months, your confidence grows. Naturally, quietly, on your terms.
We love that. No pressure, no performance, just small, consistent action.
So today, your intention, your goal, is simply this: collect small wins through micro interactions.
Write that down, friends. Your daily goal: collect small wins.
Perfect. Now let's get into the actual situations. Let's talk about the first one, the grocery store.
Okay, the grocery store. This is actually one of my favorite places to practice English.
Really? Why?
Because the interactions are short, they're structured, they follow a pattern, and staff are always ready to help. It's the perfect low-pressure environment.
I completely agree. So let's walk through a typical grocery store interaction step by step.
Step 1. Non-verbal cues. Before you even speak, your body can do some of the work.
What do you mean by that?
Well, for example, if you're looking for something, you can look around slowly, look at shelves, and maybe look slightly confused or curious. This body language naturally invites a nearby staff member to come and offer help.
Oh, that's smart. So instead of having to go find someone and start a conversation from scratch, you let your body language invite the interaction.
Exactly. And often the staff member will say something like, "Can I help you?" or "Are you looking for something?"
And when they do that, you don't need to start from zero. You just respond to what they said. Much easier.
Now, let's talk about the key phrase, the short inquiry. This is how introverts ask for help efficiently, without long, awkward conversations.
Let's practice it. The phrase is,
Excuse me, do you know where I can find item?
let's say it together, slowly first. Excuse me. Do you know where I can find item? For example,
Excuse me, do you know where I can find the pasta?
excuse me, do you know where I can find the cooking oil?
Excuse me, do you know where I can find the butter?
Notice how the phrase always starts the same way. Excuse me, do you know where I can find? The beginning never changes, only the item at the end changes.
This is called a template phrase, and template phrases are gold for introverts because you memorize one structure and just swap out the word at the end.
Let's talk about the word excuse me for a moment. It's so important in English. It's how you politely get someone's attention. It means, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I need your help.
In British English and American English, excuse me is always polite. You can use it anywhere, in a shop, on the street, in an office. Always use it before asking a stranger for help.
Now let's do a quick role play. I'll be the staff member. Lisa, you be the introvert learner.
Okay, ready. Excuse me, do you know where I can find the pasta?
Of course, it's in aisle 5 next to the sauces.
Oh, thank you so much.
No problem at all. Done. That was the whole interaction. How many sentences was that?
4 or 5 sentences total. That's it.
And it was polite, it was clear, and it was successful. That's a small win.
Now, let's talk about the polite exit. The polite exit is how you end the interaction cleanly and kindly.
The polite exit is important because sometimes after you get your answer, you're not sure what to say. Do you just walk away? Do you keep talking?
For introverts, the polite exit is a relief. It gives you a clear, comfortable way to end the conversation.
Here are your 3 best polite exit phrases.
Number 1, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Number 2, that's really helpful. Thank you.
Number 3, perfect. Thank you. Have a great day.
All 3 of these phrases do the same job. They thank the person, signal that the interaction is ending, and they're warm and friendly.
Have a great day is especially nice because it ends the interaction on a positive note, and the other person usually says, you too, which is a perfect, natural conversation closer.
Beautiful, clean, short, friendly. That's the grocery store warm-up.
Viewers, your homework is this. The next time you go to any shop or store, try this phrase. Excuse me, do you know where I can find something? Just once. That's all.
And tell us in the comments how it went. We'd love to hear your story.
Okay, now let's level up. Let's talk about coffee shops.
Ah, yes, the coffee shop, a classic English-speaking environment.
Coffee shops are everywhere, in cities, in airports, in shopping centers, and ordering coffee in English is one of the most common real-world language tasks there is.
So let's start with the basic script, the most fundamental coffee order in English.
Here it is.
Can I get a size drink, please?
For example,
Can I get a medium coffee, please?
can I get a large latte, please?
Can I get a small green tea, please?
Notice the structure again. Can I get a blank, blank, please? Same template. Just fill in the size and the drink.
And please. Always say please. It's a tiny word that makes a huge difference in how polite and natural you sound.
Now, here's where the evolution happens. Once you're comfortable with the basic order, you can add one personalized detail.
Just one, not five, not a whole paragraph, just one extra detail.
For example, can I get a medium coffee, please, with oat milk?
Can I get a large latte, please? Not too sweet?
Can I get a small green tea, please? And could I also get a glass of water?
See how easy that was? One small addition, one extra phrase, but it makes the interaction feel more real, more natural, more confident.
Now let's talk about a very real introverted challenge, the queue.
Oh, yes, the queue. For non-native speakers, standing in a queue at a busy coffee shop can feel very stressful.
Why? Because you're watching the queue get shorter, you're getting closer to the front, and you're running out of time to prepare your sentence.
And if you're not ready, your mind goes blank right at the moment you need to speak.
So here's the technique. Prepare your phrase while you are waiting in the queue.
That's right. Don't wait until you're at the counter. Start preparing the moment you join the queue.
Look at the menu, decide what you want, then quietly, in your mind or even in a soft whisper, practice your full sentence.
Can I get a medium cappuccino, please, with an extra shot?
Say it to yourself 2 or 3 times. By the time you reach the counter, it feels familiar, it feels ready, and you say it with confidence.
This technique has a name in psychology. It's called mental rehearsal. Athletes use it before competitions, speakers use it before presentations, and now you can use it before ordering coffee.
Mental rehearsal. Repeat it quietly, then say it confidently.
Now, let's talk about what happens after you order, the transition between ordering and waiting.
After you order, you usually move to the side to wait for your drink. This is actually a fantastic moment for introverts.
Why?
Because you can practice active listening. You don't have to speak, you just listen.
Listen to what?
Listen to other people ordering. Listen to how native speakers phrase things. Listen to the barista's responses. Listen to the sounds and patterns of natural English conversation.
That's such a great point. Active listening is a form of practice. You are absorbing the rhythm of English, the vocabulary, the intonation.
And the best part? Nobody knows you're practicing. You just look like someone waiting for their coffee.
Perfect for introverts. Let's do a full coffee shop role play.
I'll be the barista. Lisa, you're the customer, an introvert who has prepared her phrase in the queue.
Let's go.
Hi there, what can I get for you today?
Hi, can I get a medium vanilla latte, please, with oat milk?
Of course, any size preference for the oat milk?
Sorry, could you say that again, please?
Oh, sure. Do you want a full oat milk or just a splash?
A full oat milk, please. Thank you.
Perfect. Can I get your name?
It's Lisa.
Lisa, your latte will be ready in just a moment.
Thank you so much.
Did you notice something in that role play?
Something important happened in the middle.
Yes, Lisa didn't understand one of my questions, So what did she do?
She said, "Sorry, could you say that again, please?"
That phrase is essential. Let's say it together. Sorry, could you say that again, please?
This is a safety phrase, and our next section is all about safety phrases. Because in real life, native speakers talk fast. They use expressions you might not know, and sometimes you simply don't understand.
And that's completely okay. Every English learner faces this. The question is, what do you do in that moment?
That is exactly what we're going to talk about next.
Okay, friends, this section might be the most important one in the whole video.
I think so too, because everything we've talked about so far, the grocery store, the coffee shop, those involve moments where you prepare and you speak. But real conversation is two-way, and the other person might say something you don't expect.
This is what we call social friction. It's any moment in a conversation that feels unexpected, uncomfortable, or confusing.
And for introverts especially, social friction can feel overwhelming. One confusing moment and the whole confidence can collapse.
So today, we're going to give you tools to handle social friction calmly and confidently.
Let's start with safety phrases. These are short, polite phrases you can use when you don't understand something.
Your number one safety phrase, we already heard it.
Sorry, could you say that again, please?
Sorry, could you say that again, please?
Number 2,
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
catch in this context means understand or hear clearly. I didn't catch that means I didn't hear or understand what you said.
Number 3, could you speak a little slower, please? Thank you.
This one is beautiful because it's honest and polite. Native speakers completely understand, and most of them will happily slow down for you. Number 4.
Sorry, I'm still learning English. Could you repeat that?
This one is very powerful. Why? Because it's honest. And when you're honest about being a learner, most native speakers become more patient, more helpful, and more encouraging.
Vulnerability, when used confidently, is actually a strength in conversation.
Now let's talk about the clarifying question. This is a tool that gives you control in a conversation.
Here's the situation. Someone says something and you only understand part of it. Instead of pretending you understood, you ask a clarifying question.
A clarifying question helps you get exactly the information you need, and it keeps the conversation moving forward naturally.
Examples of clarifying questions.
When you say blank, word or phrase, do you mean?
Sorry, just to confirm, you mean repeat what you think they said?
So, if I understand correctly, you're saying?
These phrases all do the same thing. They show that you're paying attention, they confirm information, and they give the other person a chance to correct or clarify.
Native speakers use clarifying questions all the time. It's completely normal and natural. It's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of good communication.
Now let's talk about the awkward silence, because every introvert knows this moment.
The conversation pauses. Both people are quiet, and suddenly it feels like the most uncomfortable silence in the history of human communication.
Yes, that feeling is so real.
But here's a secret. Awkward silences are much more uncomfortable in your head than they are in reality.
Most of the time, the other person is also just thinking. They're also just processing. Silence is a natural part of conversation.
But if you want to fill the silence naturally, here are some gentle transition phrases.
So, anyway, this signals that you're about to move forward.
Let me think for a second. This buys you a moment to process without feeling awkward.
That's interesting. This is a general, friendly response that works in almost any situation.
Right, okay. A very British expression that signals you're ready to continue.
These tiny phrases are like social bridges. They connect moments, they keep the interaction flowing, and they give you time, which is exactly what introverts need.
Let's do a role play for this section. This one involves some social friction.
I'll be a store cashier. Lisa, you're the customer, and things are gonna get a little unpredictable.
Challenge accepted.
Hey, did you find everything all right today?
Yes, thank you.
Great. And do you have a loyalty card, or are you a member of our rewards program?
Sorry, could you say that again, please?
Sure. Do you have a store loyalty card?
Let me think for a second. I don't think so. No, I don't have one.
No problem. Would you like to sign up today? It only takes a minute.
Oh, so if I understand correctly, I can get a card today, right here?
Exactly. You just fill out a quick form.
That's interesting. Maybe next time. Thank you, though.
Of course, your total is $12.50.
Here you go. Thank you so much.
Did you catch all the safety phrases and clarifying questions in that role play?
Let's review them quickly. First, sorry, could you say that again, please? Used when she didn't understand loyalty card.
Then, let me think for a second, buying time to process.
Then, so if I understand correctly, the clarifying question.
And then, that's interesting, a smooth, friendly response while she decided.
Those 4 phrases together kept the conversation natural, polite, and under control, even when things got unpredictable.
That is the power of safety phrases. You don't need to understand every single word. You just need the right tools to navigate the conversation.
Now, friends, write these phrases down or replay this section. Practice these phrases out loud, not just in your head. Actually say them. Your mouth needs practice too.
Try saying, "Sorry, could you say that again, please?" Say it right now. Pause the video if you need to. Say it 3 times.
Good. Now let's talk about how to keep building on all of this over time.
Okay, we are in the final section, and this one is about the long game.
Because learning English and building confidence is not about one big moment, it's about many, many small moments over time.
It's like building a muscle. You don't go to the gym once and become strong, you go consistently, little by little, and strength comes gradually.
Social courage works exactly the same way.
So here's our first tool for compounding your courage, tracking your daily micro-interactions.
This is so simple and so effective. At the end of each day, write down every English interaction you had, even the tiny ones.
Did you say thank you in English? Write it down. Did you ask for directions? Write it down. Did you order something in English? Write it down.
You can use a small notebook, you can use your phone's notes app, you can even use a simple piece of paper.
The point is to make your progress visible. Because when you can see your daily interactions written down, you realize, wow, I actually spoke English today. Twice, 5 times, 10 times.
And that visualization, it builds motivation, it builds belief, it helps you see that you are progressing, even when it feels slow.
Try writing your micro-interaction log for just 7 days, just 1 week, and see how you feel at the end of that week.
We would love it if you shared your results in the comments. After 1 week of tracking, come back and tell us how many micro-interactions you had.
Now the second tool, this one is especially important for introverts, scheduling recovery time.
This is something that extroverts don't always think about, but introverts absolutely need.
Social interaction, even short, positive interaction, uses energy for introverts. And that's perfectly okay. That's just how introverts are wired.
So when you plan your speaking practice, also plan recovery time.
For example, you practice English at the grocery store in the morning. Then you give yourself a quiet hour at home. Read, rest, relax. Let yourself recharge.
This makes speaking practice sustainable. You're not burning out. You're not dreading the next interaction. You're managing your energy wisely.
Think of it like this. You sprint, then you rest. You practice, then you recover. And then you sprint again.
And over time, those sprints get longer. The recovery time gets shorter because your social muscle gets stronger.
Sustainable practice is better than intense practice you can't maintain.
Okay, third and final tool, transitioning from rehearsed scripts to spontaneous confidence.
This is the exciting part, because right now we've been giving you scripts, templates, prepared phrases, and those are incredibly valuable.
But the goal isn't to always need a script. The goal is to use these scripts so many times that they become automatic. They become part of your natural language.
And once that happens, once these phrases live inside you, your brain has space to be more spontaneous.
It's like learning to drive. At first, you think consciously about every movement. Turn signal, check mirror, brake gently. Every action requires focus.
But after enough practice, driving becomes automatic. Your brain does it without heavy thinking, and you can think about other things, like where you're going, what music to play, who you're going to meet.
Speaking English works the same way. Once your basic scripts are automatic, your brain has space to be creative, to respond naturally, to have real conversations.
And that is when spontaneous confidence happens. Not on day one, but after weeks and months of small, consistent practice.
So be patient with yourself. Trust the process. Celebrate every small win and keep showing up, one micro interaction at a time.
Okay, friends, let's do a quick recap of everything we learned today, because repetition is learning.
Section 1. The silent strategy. Public spaces are low-pressure laboratories, not performance stages. Your goal every day, collect small wins through micro-interactions.
Section 2. The grocery store warm-up. Use this template phrase. Excuse me, do you know where I can find... And end with polite exit phrases like, thank you so much, have a great day.
Section 3. The coffee shop script. Use, can I get a size drink, please? Add one personalized detail. Prepare your phrase while waiting in the queue, and practice active listening while waiting for your order.
Section 4. Handling social friction. Your safety phrases are your best friends. Remember, sorry, could you say that again? I didn't quite catch that. Could you speak a little slower? And use clarifying questions to stay in control.
Section 5. Compounding your courage. Track your micro-interactions daily, schedule recovery time, and trust that with consistent practice, your rehearsed scripts will slowly become natural, spontaneous confidence.
Those are your 5 powerful tools. 5 sections, 5 strategies, and all of them are designed specifically for you, the quiet, thoughtful, introverted English learner.
Friends, we want to say something from the heart today before we sign off.
Please.
Being introverted is not a problem to fix. It is a personality, and introverts have incredible strengths. They're thoughtful, they listen deeply, they choose their words carefully.
Those are amazing qualities in a language learner. You notice details, you reflect on what you hear. You don't just talk to fill silence, you talk when you have something meaningful to say.
And that kind of intentional communication, it is so powerful. So please never feel like introversion is holding you back.
It's not holding you back. It's just asking you to find a path that fits you. And today, we hope we helped you find that path.
Start with one micro interaction this week. Just one. The grocery store, the coffee shop, anywhere. Try one phrase, get one small win.
And then do it again the next day and the day after that. Small, consistent, sustainable. That is the introvert's secret to English fluency.
We are so proud of you for watching this far. Seriously, that tells us a lot about your dedication and your commitment to learning.
And speaking of commitment, let's do our final reminder. If you haven't liked this video yet, please click that like button now. It genuinely helps us reach more learners who need this content.
And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe right now. We upload new English learning content regularly, and every single video is made with love for learners exactly like you.
Drop a comment below. Tell us, are you an introvert? What is your biggest challenge with speaking English? We read every single comment, and we would love to hear from you.
And if you want more videos like this one, check out our other videos right here on Fluent English Talk. We have content on everyday vocabulary, polite English, conversation practice, and so much more.
Until next time, keep practicing, keep showing up, and remember,
Every great conversation starts with one small, brave word.
We'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.
Take care, everyone. Bye.